First round of the Regal Trophy. We had, of course, playing York today. It's the home of York Rugby League now. We'll give you the teams. York at fullback, Hutchinson on the wings, Deakin and White. Centres, Morris and Smith. Halfbacks, Pinckney and Dobson. The front three are Paver, Horton and Hayes. Back three, Steve Price, Jeff Price and Sullivan. Substitutes, Hamilton and Laws. Sheffield team today are Michael at fullback, on the wings Pixley and Plange, in the centres Powell and Rapati. Powell, of course, returning from test duty. Halfbacks Price and Aston. The front three, the usual now, becoming very solid, this front three: Broadbent, Cook and Waddle. And the back three, Mayer, Hughes and Tamamavari. The substitutes are Close and Gamson.
Sorry.
It's a pretty miserable day today at the Rydale Stadium. Heavy fog all round. We're fairly lucky to have the match away. There's only two matches in danger of being postponed nearby. But it seems just in a short space of a few weeks we've gone from high summer to the depths of winter. And David Michael starts the game off. And Sullivan lays the York colours down there quickly. Horton knew exactly what was going to go on, never even returned, made an attempt to chase that ball back. And that's not bad play in the cup game, that's not a bad start. And that's an even better start for York. And I feel, as I'm talking now, the fog is beginning to come in. So whether we'll get the game finished or not is debatable. Oh, good tackle, Broadbent. Shoveling them back. This is Price. York, one of the teams with a new strip with confusing colours. That's Jeff Price now bringing the ball up. Morris running foil for him. So Mr. Cross, our referee for today, says last tackle. These conditions are dangerous.
UJX, please move it immediately. It's causing an obstruction.
And that was
437 UJX.
Richard Price coming up with the ball there, and that's Pixley. And Rapati trying to get his way out of the quarter. He really need to be going to the boot though early on in these conditions. It's Mayer. Cook. So no progress. Last tackle. Always dodgy going to the last tackle in your own quarter. A lot of pressure on you then. Then York return the ball back 10 yards inside the Eagle half. That's Paver. So the Eagles back on their own quarter line immediately. Early pressure for York. That's Price. That's Steve Price, the younger brother of Jeff. Horton feeds Dobson to Pinckney, who scored a tremendous try here when the Eagles played in the league. That's Dobson again, and that's a dodgy ball in these conditions. Michael, happy to see it go dead. Ah. Who said that? Who said that? So, good ball from Tamamavari. Oh, no movement really from the Eagles then. Pixley. Give him the ball. There should have been some real support for the player with the ball then. So York, as they did in the league game. Very tight in the ruck area. Broadbank, this is away. One too many. I'm blocking your view. You've got to stand there, don't forget. You have to stand there, don't forget. Just move up, let me stand. So Price trying to work his way upfield. 5 minutes gone, no score, and the Eagles into York territory for the first time. Oh, this is Mayer, chance to run, gets the ball away to Price. Price, twisting and turning. Again, we saw there that the man gone down there for some reason. I don't know what happened then, but Mark Aston seemed to catch a very late knock. Price puts one across, cleared up by Pinkney.
2 marked cars that will let the headlights on in the car park. A615 PAG, A615 PAG, and C202 AWW. C202 AWW.
And Morris then bringing away, big fella Morris. Big man to have in the centres. The Eagles, tiny in the defence, playing the shortened defence in their opponent's quarter. Last tackle now. Ball goes back. And Sullivan, oh, that's a huge kick. But it may roll dead. But no, Pixley brings the ball away. Oh, that's good running from Pixley. Just a swivel of the hips, just delayed the tacklers and just gave him another 10. That stupid play from Hayes. Really, his money are going to the social fund for me today for doing something as stupid as that. It was a brilliant kick from Sullivan and a good chase, and Hayes just with a simple petulant push gives the position away. So Waddle Tommy Varvey, a good tackle, Pricing quickly. That was Jeff Price. This is Richard Price. That's Broadbent. That's Tommy Varvey, forward pass. Well, if that was a forward pass, it was very close. York ball disrupted by the Eagles push. This is Morris. Well, Al, Aston and were partying quickly. That says this is Sullivan. Pinkney feeds Dobson, and Dobson tries to lift the ball up to Smith. Just couldn't hold the ball. So 8 minutes gone, no score, and no question, the fog is certainly deteriorating. Coming in as the game goes on. Tommy Varvey gets the ball to halfway. So Mr. Cross stops the game for some reason and wants a word with Faver. Aston puts the ball into touch. Well, the game developing much the same way that the game developed in the first round. Very similar pattern. Eagles not making much headway up the ruck, but every time they get the ball out of the ruck and onto the fringes of the ruck and to the outside, making progress. And that's a penalty against the Eagles for obstruction. And Mr. Cross, quite rightly, penalising the Eagles once again, taking an extra 10 yards for messing about with the ball. So White. Tommy Harvey owns it in. Waddle. Well, the defence very strong in the ruck area for York. And this time it's a little chip and chase. And Hutchinson, and again, Mark Aston being taken a long time after the ball. Neither linesman nor the referee aware of that. Paver, oh, good tackle from Tommy Varvey. Broadbent went underneath. Well, we see a linesman on now. It's strange that Mark Castle's been taken. Stood on top of the tackle. And Sullivan certainly got a good boot on him. Oh, that's a good tackle. My word, what a good tackle from Tommy Varvey. The winger came in on the crash ball then. Deakin, a big fella. And we have a penalty against the Eagles. And Darren Powers, captain, goes to inquire what the penalty was. Obviously not an infringement in the play of the ball. So Sullivan, first chance of points in the game. 13 minutes gone, no score. And that's just drifted away to the right-hand side. Michael with his first touch of the ball in his hands. Oh, wow. That's good play from Michael. Just stepped and straightened up. Again, the Eagles. Oh, good ball from Broadbent. Nice little move. Just dropped the ball into Price as he came round. And Waddle. Let's play on. Yes. Ball. Played up by the York man. Start again. Oh, Mayer. Tommy Varvey. Price gets one to Waddle. That's better play. Aston drops it into Broadbent. And Broadbent just can't quite find the hole. Aston this time. Good ball to Mayer. Mayer with a chance. Gets the ball away to Tommy Varvey. Does well to stop in. Dobson and Whiting on the tackle then. Aston just puts one up, that's a bit too heavy though. Oh no, that's perfect kick. It looks like it's going to be a bit too strong. Oh, 15 minutes gone, no score. And York tackling ferociously. It makes you wonder just how come they've only got 1 point from 9 games in the league. Well, Richard Price there giving a silly penalty away, and Mark Astle and his forwards down a little bit then. Tremendous push by the forwards, really demolished the York pack. And Stuart, the York hooker, gets something, shakes his head, really felt the weight of that push. That should have been an Eagles ball after all that work. It's a paver then. This is Pave, that was Hayes. That's a good ball from Pinkney. Found Hutchinson. That's good football, good running. Showing York, as they did in the league game, that when they get the chance to move the ball, they will do so. So Eagles looking a bit short on their right hand side. Daryl Powell looks a bit isolated. That's a good ball from the centre to the winger, and that's a good try. Well, the Eagles defence looked very short at that point.
Number 2, Lee Duncan.
So Smith and Deakin combining well, and that's almost an identical try. Hutchinson, Sullivan, no conversion. So it's amazing the similarities that this game has to the league game just a few weeks ago. The difference being, of course, that the Eagles have scored a couple of early tries, moving the ball out wide. As today the York defence on the wide has just held them out. So Aston restarts. It's Morris, lost the ball, knock on. So the Eagles ring in the changes again, just trying to work that extra man in midfield. Tuamivavi gets a good ball away to Aston. Price, that looked like an eye tackle. Price bringing his namesake down. And again, York driving the man back. Not a lot of change from the ruck and Waddle. So Eagles stack deep now. Price gets the ball to Powell. Oh, Powell gets away. Gets one off to Broadbent. Well, there's a touch of anxiety in the Eagles' handling, but eventually the ball gets to Price. This is Tuamivavi looking to step his way through. Well, that was good continuity from the Eagles. Kept the ball alive. One or two snatches at a ball then though. Price looks to the blind side, puts a little one in. Cook tidies it up. This will be back to 6, I think. No, last tackle says Mr. Cross. Tuami Varvey thinks about kick. Aston, this is a man on the bank. Oh, that ball really wanted handing on to Rapati. So a penalty against York. Kicking out against Price. Or perhaps a little bit of obstructions. So Michael, chance to post the first points on the board for the Eagles. 20 minutes gone, 4-0 to York. That's a good kick. Bang straight in, just inside the left hand upright. So 4-2, 20 minutes gone, and Dobson puts the ball down. Desmay takes it one-handed, comes right up to the quarter line, gets a good ball away to Tuami Varvey. Oh, that's a good return from the Eagles. That sickens the team off when they kick off right down and up on their own arm. It's Mayer again. Oh, what a good ball. Price comes on the bang. Powell now. Powell surging his way through. Oh, good play. Mayer involved in that twice. Broadbent. Plenty of space now. Price steps, goes towards the posts. That's the second tackle. Last tackle now. Well, knock on. Change over. Mike Cook stopping his dead in his tracks. Oh, that's a good tackle again. Tuami Varvey goes in like an Exocet missile and gets that shoulder right into the ribs. And Jeff Price having a look. That's what good tackling does for you. Just put that bit of doubt in the ball carrier's mind, and he just, Price then just had a look up. Price now. Oh, Richard Price. Beginning to move a little bit better now, the Eagles. Waddle. There's Broadbent. Broadbent's found the hole this time. That nice little drop pass from Aston. A touch of offside there about the outside men at York. Aston now puts one through. This is dangerous for York. And Sullivan quite happy to bang the ball dead. So pressure mounting on the York line. They're beginning to look vulnerable. As I was saying earlier, York with one of the teams with a new strip this season, but like Oldham, just totally inconsiderate to the supporters in that it's very difficult to read the numbers on the strip. Cook gets a ball off Waddle. I should have pound for every time that had happened. Waddle fancies a go again. And it's a penalty, yeah. Waddle. Well, I don't know if you played for that, but he saw a man was a bit slow getting back on side. Just picked up and run at him, and Mr. Cross awarding the penalty. And you still get the feeling that the fog is just getting a little bit thicker. Although we can still see to the far side of the field. I don't know how it shows up on the video. We can just make out that it's Michael attempting his second kick. Been in excellent form this last few weeks. That looks good from here. But no, just drifting. Michael. Mayer. Broadbent brings the ball up, that's 3 drives. Waddle now, just taking the pound. Oh, that's good running from Waddle. First time he's found a bit of space. Aston puts the ball behind the winger into the corner. It's a good chase from the Eagles, and White well tackled eventually by Hughes. Good ball and Dobson. So again, Tuama Varvey feeding the scrum. Winger comes in to loose forward goes to scrum half goes to standoff. And we have 6 backs stood on the open side. And we end up with a penalty to York by the looks of it. I don't know what for. Mr. Cross beginning to fade away in the mists. This is Price. There's a paver. Broadbent and Cook in. Well, York being totally inconsiderate and moving the ball away from us. And it's definitely just gradually, imperceptibly, you're getting thicker as the fog. And this is Sullivan. And that's an high tackle from Des Meyer. But Mr. Cross, the referee, indicating that Sullivan had ducked down into the tackle. And York, along with 1 or 2 other clubs in the league, in modern thinking, have a female physio. I just don't understand why you need a female physio. Chance to notch his first goal. That looks straight through.
The penalty goal for Ryder York by number 13, Graham Sullivan.
So 6-2, 10 minutes of the first half left. The Eagles really need to get some points on the board before half time. And the ball goes to that far corner. And Deakin picks the ball up. Paver now brings the ball to the short side, but runs into Broadbent and to Powell. And that's an hodgepodge of knock-ons. Mr. Cross rules, but York knocked on first, so it will be an Eagle scrum. So having great difficulty holding the ball in their own quarter. That's largely due to the Eagles' pressure. So it's a normal scrum for the Eagles. At Mark Aston feeding. And everybody offside then in the York line. You cannot encroach to 5 metres until the ball is from the scrum. Oh, unlucky there. The ball, David Plan's just overrunning that pass from Richard Price. That's one of the 3 Prices that's on the field. That's Steve Price, slung back by Broadbent. So not the biggest back in the game, York. The second 2 and the loose forward Price. The second 2s, both Prices and Sullivan, not the biggest players in the game, and that's a good kick from Sullivan. Just shows how good the Eagles' defence has been in dislodging the ball, not really being able to control the ball in their own quarter, York. But had they been able to do so, we'd have seen more kicking from Sullivan. So 9 minutes of the first half left, 6-2 to York, and they'll be happy to go in at half time. 4 points in front. And Cook making a mess of it in his own quarter, tidied up by Waddle. Oh, that's good running to Amavavi, who seems to get better every game. That's good play. That's good. Oh, that's good running from Tuamavavi. Hit the line first and played the ball quickly. No marker in front. It's a good kick. Dobson tidies that up well, as a good scrum half should when he's in that position. This is White. Oh, what a tackle again. Well, Tuamavavi for me, having his best game so far. He certainly had some. He seems to get stronger every game. That's about 4 times he's hit the ball carrier and dislodged the ball. And you total that up and that works out to an awful lot of work that the rest of his teammates don't have to do. Saves an awful lot of effort. Aston feeds Price. Price steps. Ball's loose. Knock back, says Mr. Cross. So Waddle just drops the ball into Broadbent and takes a knock in the kidneys for his efforts. Waddle now comes again. Just taking the ball to the posts. Aston feeds Powell. Powell steps into a hole. Couldn't get the ball away. Aston now. Oh, nice little drop ball in again. Just turned Desmeyer back into the defence. Seems to be running out of space, the Eagles. It's only a narrow field, of course. And that's a little kick. That'll have to be cleared. Oh, and Hutchinson didn't look too secure on that. A touch of the pirouettes about that kick. So, 4 minutes left of the first half. And the Eagles putting the pressure on. Michael fields the ball on his own 10-yard and brings it back to the York 10-yard. Aston feeds Hughes this time. Not had much ball in his hands so far, Ian Hughes. Aston feeds Broadbent. Oh, that's Good play. Oh, lovely delayed ball. And that's a knock on. That's not play on. And Powell doing exceptionally well there. Well, how on earth Mr. Cross allows advantage and brings that back? That's, oh, he's given, oh, well, I apologise to Mr. Cross. He's actually given obstruction. I thought he allowed advantage and brought the game back for the original knock-on. But that was an obvious knock-on from York. Maiko's pass being obviously knocked down by a York hand. So Sullivan, this chance to notch his second goal. Five minutes of the game left. 5 minutes of the first half left. Sullivan, chance to go 8-2 in front. And that's not there. Well, they seem very casual about that. Two balls on the field, the ball boys certainly not well organised at the Rydale Stadium. Balls flying on all over every time there's a kick at goal. Oh, a good tackle from Powell. Took his opposite centre down and buried him. So, a penalty again. I don't know against. No, it's a knock-on. Mr. Cross, even more difficult to see than he was 5 minutes ago. Powell, it's a good ball. Maiko with a chance. Well, Pinkney doing very well then. I'm sorry, Hutchinson doing very well. Just taking Maiko as he's switched into top gear. Broadbent gets a good ball away to Hughes. Hughes spins, gets to the halfway line. Waddle up the ruck. Broadbent. Well, there's not a lot of, certainly not been a lot of change for the Eagles, and that's a penalty against the Eagles for talking. No good talking to Mr. Cross. He pointed to his mouth. And it's no good talking to Mr. Cross because he's one of the referees that likes to show the whole world and his dog that he's in charge. But not a lot of change being rung by the Eagles forwards up the ruck. The tight defence of York being equal to anything that's been thrown at it. Waddle and Broadbent in that last play being driven back, and Sullivan misses again.
No, she's in a bad mood because they're getting beat.
And Ashton restarts, so that's Dobson that dropped the ball, tied up by Sullivan. Waddle takes his. Dobson now out to Paver. Tries to feed Price. And again, York tackling well and driving the ball carrier back. Waddle. Ashton switching player this time. He's found Hughes. Hughes driven back to the halfway line. All offside there, York. Long ball to Amaravi. This is Mayer. Now there's problems here for York. There's problems for York. Oh, what a try. Well, I felt that was on as soon as Mayer got the ball. That's the first chance he's had to run, really, in the last 2 or 3 games. And that was an outstanding individual try. And that's 6 apiece.
Anybody that hasn't got the Sheffield lottery tickets, the last few minutes to buy them before they draw the interval.
And Michael with a
So
chance.
the chance to win £1,500. Go along and get the tickets now.
To make the scores 8-6 and going at half-time, 2 points in front, which will be a real signal for York. Must have worked hard of York, tackled well. And just settles himself, does David. Struck that well, looks good. And that's a try. 2 points right on the stroke of half-time. So that's a signal for York. 8 points to 6. Teams going at half-time. And as I look around the ground now, I look to the far corners, the corner flags on the far side beginning to disappear. But hopefully we'll be able to get the match, the second half in. So join us for the second. Surprised you didn't see anything. Just guessing. All I would do anyway. Oh. Welcome back for the second half. And the weather just holding off, so we really have a good chance of finishing the game. If the weather does deteriorate, we will move our camera position and go behind the post of the end that the Eagles are attacking, and at least get the tries on the video for you. So, Eagles, good start. Got the ball down into the York quarter, and York not looking too enthusiastic at the moment. That's the second tackle. Horton looking to find a way upfield. And that goes into touch and beats what I would be assumed to be David Plan. No changes in the York team, no changes in the Sheffield team. Michael playing at standoff, trying to get Plange away. I'm sorry, that was Richard Price. That's Broadbent. Good strong run from Paul. Gets away from his own quarter. Aston turns the ball back into Powell. Powell eventually tackled by Sullivan. Aston gets the ball away again. Keeps pumping away, and that's a good one. That goes into touch. Just outside the York quarter. So again, the Eagles' defence brings the full-back up. Maiko stands in line, stands right on the 5-yard line. Plange drops back. And the game stopped. Player coming off, looks like. White going off and Laws coming on. So Laws goes into the pack. I think it's White that's coming off. It could be Price though. And the Eagles win that against the head.
The substitute for Radio York, number 15, Mark Laws, came on to replace number 5, Paul White.
No, it is White that's coming off. This is Waddle. So the Eagles into the York quarter for the first time in the second half. And Tom of Harvey tries a step. Well tackled by Jeff Price. To Broadbent. Oh, that was a bit too laboured, that movement. York coming out and killing that easy. And Desmay not looking too happy at the moment. Looks as though he's had a knock. That's a good ball to Broadbent. No to use, but a good tackle. And again by Price. This is Waddle. Found a hole. Spotted it and just couldn't quite get through. Oh, Mick Cook playing with the ball there. This is Powell. Powell holding the ball up. Oh, gets a good pass in, but it's only to Dobson. This is Jeff Price. And White, the winger, looks in some distress as he leaves the field. Looks as though it could be shoulder problems. Meanwhile, Sullivan bringing the ball up to the Eagles line. Orton distributing the ball well. And that goes to Plans. He plays it with his feet and brings the ball away. You'll just have to trust me on that. I'm sure you can't see it on the video. This is Mayer. Mayer gets rid of one, gets the ball away to Pixley. Pixley tackled by Stuart Orton. To Harvey. Oh, that's... Broadbent ends up with the ball. Powell with a chance to run. Powell's away. Good tackle brings him down. That's Cook. Time of Harvey. That was a dangerous ball. Aston keeping the ball alive now, the Eagles, but they're only 2 points in front. They have to be careful. And that's what happens. And, ooh, play on. Use. Waddle. Pixley will go. Well, that's a bits and pieces try, but nevertheless it's 4 points.
The try score for Sheffield is number 2, Richard Pixley.
So that could so easily have been a try for York. Aston's pass being, first of all, intercepted, and then a man coming on the bang with no Eagles defence anywhere inside, but the ball went to ground. Eagles picked it up, Hughes and Waddle ran the ball back at them. Then Pixley ended up in the corner. So that's how a game can turn. It's Maiko. The chance to go for his third goal. Oh, I know. Just didn't quite have the legs. So 8 minutes of the second half gone, and the Eagles looking a bit more comfortable at 12 points to 6. And somebody showing his petulance there, Deakin. Harvey eventually collects that ball. Aston and quite right, Mr. Cross, penalising Price. Messing about at the play of the ball, just wouldn't get away from Aston. So Mick Cook, tap restart, feeds Waddle. Waddle just drifts into an ice hole and just gets past that advantage line. Broadbent, no use this time. Aston does a run round, feeds Rapati gets the ball away to another Sheffield player, is all we can say at this point. Aston now feeds Price steps, straightens up. Aston gets the ball away. This is Hughes. Had the numbers then, did the Eagles, but really no depth. This is Sullivan. Price, good tackle. Ian using quickly, and Mayer. That's Hayes. Feeds Dobson. Dobson gets nowhere. This is Pinkney kicks this time. And goes to Michael. Smith doing well there for York. Doubles the tackles up. Simber Waddle. Broadbent. So the Eagles, good progress from their own quarter. Back to Aston. Aston, supplementary kicker, which is Michael. And this time Hutchinson comes for the ball off Dobson. This is Pinkney. Still have to be keep the concentration, the Eagles. 6 points is not enough to feel too safe. We saw in the first game that York are capable of scoring good tries, as they did in the first half, and they have individuals that can score tries. Pinkney in particular, quite capable of stepping a couple of players. Oh, Pixley does well with that ball, plays it with his foot, controls it, gets away, and goes right in field. Richard Price, oh, he spotted that all well. But again, oh, Broadbent sells a lovely dummer from half-back and takes the ball 20 yards. Well, Ashton. This is Plange with the ball. That's Powell. Gets the ball away. Price puts one up. Comes over this side of the field. And it ends up with... Oh, good tackle. Mick Cook. Good chase, good tackle again. I just heard that White, the winger, has rib problems, probably a couple of fractures. So it's not too serious. Well, the Eagles rang the changes again from the scrum. Tuamavava going in at scrum half, trying to make the extra man out wide, and then ended up running with the ball 15 yards before he passed it. So that didn't quite work. Ashton just drops the ball onto the foot and goes to touch. Quite happy to take the game down into the York quarter. So a big shove here from the Eagles maybe, just to disrupt York possession. And the whistle's gone, although I can't see Mr. Cross. It's a re-scrum, and it's a York ball. Pinkney feeds Smith. Oh, good tackle from Pixley. Oh, got right underneath him. Horton now lobs the ball over, finds Price. That's a good tackle though. From Daryl Powell, came in early. Took the ball carrier. Dobson, this time, puts the ball once again to Pixley. Or Richard Price. Oh no, it's Michael. So 23 minutes of the game left. Still 12-6 to the Eagles. And again, Aston says, let's not mess about with the ball. Confident in their ability to keep York out. And I'm sure that pretty soon we'll see York come up with an error in their own quarter as the game goes on and time drifts away. York will have to become more desperate. This is Price. That looked like an high tackle, but he gets the ball away. Hughes. Mayer plays the ball, and that's a knock-on. Very much the situation in the first half when York did the same thing, only Mr. Cross not seeing the infringement in the first half. York scrum, and a good push again from the Eagles. Disrupts the scrum. So it's a York ball. A lot of players stopping down. And being late from the scrum. The man injured, that's why. And that's a good tackle from Tuamavava. Takes Hutchinson down. This is Hayes. That's Laws. Dobson again. Well, that's as good a tactic as any in these conditions. Nobody fancying to get to that ball. Neither York nor the Eagles players. When you put a white ball up in these conditions, you can soon lose sight of it. Waddle brings it to the short side. Opens the field up. Aston now taking it back onto the open. Drops Broadbent in. And Jeff Price in with another good tackle. Powell. To Amivavi. Gets the ball back to Aston. Gets one up to Hughes. Oh, Hughes shows and goes. Oh, that was unlucky for Hughes. Dobson just happy to ankle tap him. And he had Mayer with him as well. This is Price. No, it's Powell. Aston gets one up to Pixley. And that's 6 tackles. That's okay. York will have to play the ball in their own quarter. That would have been interesting had Hughes been able to keep his feet, especially with Des Mayer outside him in full flight. So just 20 minutes of the game left. Still 12-6 to the Eagles. And that's Hughes in with a good tackle. No, it's Broadbent. And Sullivan again. Puts the ball down. It's a terrific kick again. So again, the York people having difficulty with the ball changes. Oh, Price puts one down, seeing the full-back up, and it's a straight leg race. It looks as though Deakin it is. He's going to get to the ball, but nevertheless, that's... and somebody injured. Oh, somebody stayed down. It looks to me like Deakin, and he's eventually played the ball. But the Eagles come up with a good gain on that kick of, 60 yards. And it's an Eagles ball. That's a mistake from York. This looks like Price. Waddle goes to the post. A good tackle again from Price, but he's shifted him as Waddle. Cook. Oh, Cook. Oh, just a chance to get in there. Just a bit of hesitation, the York defence. Nearly let him in. And somebody's over this time. No, tackle short. I think that was Hughes. We have Aston with the ball, maybe the flat pass. And somebody's picked it off the toes. Is it Powell? Last tackle now. And tries a little kick. Mark Aston. It comes up in York hands. So York having to battle their way out of their own quarter. And that's Hayes, well driven back. Well, the Eagles' defence is strong as ever. Cook and Hughes in on that. And Sullivan goes to the boot again. Puts the ball downfield. And again, it's an excellent kick. Well, has to be York's man of the match, Sullivan, if only for his line kicking. So an Eagles scrum, 15 yards inside their own half. Blanche comes up with the ball. Broadbent keeps the momentum going. Waddle. Aston gets the ball away to Price. Price finds, I'm not sure if it was Michael, but the ball's lost. And the whistle's gone. And knock on, says Mr. Cross. And it will be, I don't know who will be feeding the scrum. And we have News coming off and David Close coming on.
The substitution for Sheffield Eagles, number 14, David Close, comes on to replace number 4.
So Aston goes to loose forward. Tamivavi goes to second row. And Close goes to scrum half.
Which is £130. And today's attendance, 1138, 1138.
So that's Laws. Driven back by Tamivavi and Close. And a knock on, says Mr. Cross. Against whom? Against York, so it'll be a Eagles feed. And Price comes on the blind side. This is Waddle, a little bit further out this time, hits the line, gets past the advantage line. Well, Mr. Cross there, saying knock on, but Stuart Horton pushing the man at the play of the ball. You just cannot put your hands on a man and push him when he's playing the ball and then strike for it. That's a good push again from the Eagles. Seem to be able to disrupt York possession at will, and Stuart Horton felt the full force of that. So again, Eagles coming up with the ball on the York feed. Close, extending the ball now. Mayer gets the ball away. Close, gets the ball to Broadbent. Broadbent to Tamivavi. Bixley comes inside. Oh, he gets the ball away, does Anthony, but just a bit late, but never mind. York right back in their own quarter, right back in the corner of the field. Got a lot of work to do to come out of this. This is Price. Throws a wild one. Hayes. And he throws an even worse one. But York still come up with the ball. 10 yards from their own goal posts. That's Morris. Gets the ball away. And Dobson kicks. Straight to plunge. Waddle. Cook. Feeds Powell. Oh, lovely ball from Aston. Again, Price done an awful lot of tackling for York today. Taking men out early. Close gets the ball away to Tamivavi. Price to Pixley. Last tackle now. Let's be constructive, and that's another good one. That's York under pressure again. Hutchinson comes up with the ball. Oh, good tackle. So 11 minutes of the game left. Still 12-6 to the Eagles. And York having difficulty getting the ball from their own quarter. And again, Dobson kicking, goes into touch. No, well, the ball seemed to go 20 yards further downfield than where the touch judge has given the scrum. Price. So the Eagles completely dominating this second half so far. York really having no possession at all in the Eagles quarter. Had no pressure, really no threat on the line. They may have a chance now. Wardle having a scrum ruled against him. And again, a good push from the Eagles, disrupts it, and again the Eagles come up with the ball. Well, that's been a feature of this game. I certainly wouldn't like to be Stuart Horton. And Tuama Vavi making a pig's ear of that one, I'm afraid. Plenty of men over then. Just decided to hold the ball a little, and a good tackle from Mick Cook. Right underneath on paver. And that's Hayes, and Cook in again. And this is Laws. Horton turns the ball back in. And then Dobson puts the ball back, goes to Pixley. Pixley gets away from two, comes right up the middle of the field, gets the ball right to the quarter line. That saves his forwards a lot of work. Price just gets another 10. Close kicking this time, puts the ball right down to Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets to the halfway line, eventually tackled by Cook and Powell. So Laws gets a good ball away to Morris. Morris gets it to the winger, and he's eventually tackled. So York, for the first time in the second half, a bit of momentum going. And the last pass. And Stuart Horton comes off, I'm not surprised. He says, you have a bloody go in that scrum.
The substitution for Ryder York, number 14, Chris Hamilton, comes on to replace number 9, Stuart.
So Hamilton goes on to loose forward. Usually a scrum half, and he's offside there. And it ends up in the Eagles' ball. So 7 minutes of the game left. Time running out for York. The Eagles, all they need to do is play the position and possession game, which they've done so well in this second half. Shown good control. Aston, optional kicker Maiko. Well, that's good organisation, and that's what you get for it. Well, it's so nice to see the kicking game organised. And the Eagles now stacking up. The Eagles now stacking up the backs for the movement on the open side, standing really wide and deep, and here we go. This is the ball, and we've got a man over. They just couldn't quite get the ball to Powell, but nevertheless, Pixley's got it. And Pixley's on again. You have to nail this fella down. Ah, it's good running. Gets right into the York quarter. Chances now, and David Close just had a little snatch then. Knew he had options on the left-hand side then, did David. Trying to get the ball out before he actually got the ball into his hands. But nevertheless, the Eagles come up with the ball. Well, I've never seen so many turnovers in a game for a long time at the scrum. Broadbent comes on the bang, found a hole, gets the ball up to, I don't know who, but the Eagles, just 2 yards from the York line. The game running out for York. Aston gets the ball to Mayer. Mayer gets the ball back in. And Pixley ends up, no, Price ends up tidying it up. Pixley takes a good tackle from Price, who's been their outstanding defender. And Maiko goes for the 1 point. That's the position and possession game. Quite happy to settle the game at that. So the Eagles maintaining the good form of the last 6 or 7 weeks, controlling this second half. As we go into the last 5 minutes, the 7-point lead, 13 points to 6. And Cook brings the ball away. So already into the second round, we know so far that St Helens, Castleford and Leeds are already in the second round. So a lot of big clubs, with the draw being as it is, a lot of first division clubs playing second and third division clubs. It'll be a very tough second round draw. Be very interesting. And Laws this time, losing the ball, good tackle from
the Sheffield number 11, Des Mayer.
Rapati. And Des Mayer gets the man of the match from the Regal Trophy. For the Regal Trophy, and we have a substitution. Pixley coming off and Gamson going on. I'd one or two heavy bangs in the last 20 minutes, Richard, but certainly. And David Close decides to go down the blind side, and Plange brings the ball in. So again, the Eagles stacking up deep. Just look as though they fancy another try. Waddle hits the middle. And taking the ball left this time. Running from deep. Rapati hits it straight. Gets the ball up. I can't see now. Really into the foggy corner of the ground. Still the Eagles' ball. The whistle's gone. And looks as though a scrum is about to be formed. And the way the Eagles' defence is stacking up, it must be a York ball. And it is. And York come up with the ball from the scrum. Just 2 minutes of the game left, 7 points behind. York have got to throw the ball around, even in their own quarter. And they certainly spent enough time in the long quarter. And Hayes getting a good ball away to Deakin, but Deakin just gets over the quarter line. Dobson this time, instead of putting it deep, puts it short. And Pinkney gets the second kick at it, but Michael in position just tidies it up and takes the ball 15 yards from the halfway line. Gamson now comes in right off his wing. Might as well have a touch. Waddle powers his way right up the middle. That's a good ball. Powell puts the ball to the foot and it goes right into touch, and we're down into the last minute, so this will be the last scrum of the game. So not an outstanding game in terms of ball movement or tries scored, but certainly a satisfactory game for the Eagles. Showed an awful lot of control. York putting stiff resistance up in the first half and taking the game to the Eagles. But as Gary Atherton was saying a couple of weeks ago, this team have matured. Certainly didn't panic and just kept playing their own game. Came up with the points and have controlled the game since. And again, the Eagles come up with a turnover at the scrum. I haven't kept count, but that must be 6 or 7. There goes the time. So the Eagles go into Monday afternoon's draw for the second round of the Regal Trophy. The score 13 points to 6. Tries from Pixley and Mayer, an outstanding try from Mayer, and 2 tries from Michael. So we don't know where we'll be next week, but wherever we are, we hope you'll join us.
I thought everyone wanted to settle down.
No, well,
You ready, Matt?
Yep. Well, there we are. That's first round Regal Trophy win for the Eagles. We're going to the draw on Monday for the second round, Andrew. Andrew Young with us. Andrew, what do you think you fancy?
Well, if we get a first division side, I'm sure we're capable of beating most of them at present form. It'd be nice to get a second division side, or even a third, but, well, home tie will be good.
Peter Fox's philosophy is give me every weakest team right through to the final.
Well, you've got to beat them sometime, so you might as well get them now and later.
You can't beat getting to the final easy route.
Well, true. There's no easy routes.
And injured at the moment, Andrew, what is it?
I've broke a couple of bones in the middle of my hand, keep me out for 2 or 3 weeks, then need to get back. Can't do a wrist-watching job.
And you've been doing so well this season, you've been making terrific progress in the pack, and it came just at an awkward time for you.
Yeah, it shows that case. You get settled into a position and something like an injury knocks you back. So I'll be straight back in and hopefully back to form.
It's going to be tough getting into this Sheffield side.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of competition at the moment. 18 playing well, and the forwards who are in back are doing a great job. So I'll keep working on it. I'll try my best.
And feature about Sheffield in the last few weeks is, I mean, they've been up in the game and playing well, and been consistently playing well. But I think a big feature of that is the...
What did you say? Oh, ask that question again.
Yeah. I forgot what we were going to say now. Oh, right.
How's your sound?
I think a big feature about Sheffield's game in recent weeks, a big factor in the form, is that they've had a very steady side out. They've been able to pick the same team for several weeks.
Yeah, with a close squad of about 18 players, there's likes me, Faz, and a couple more who were injured or unable to get in. But we'll keep that unit of 18 players, and it's useful when you can keep that 18.
I said last week, a couple of weeks ago, that you could be the dark horse of the Regal Trophy. How do you feel?
Well, we're certainly there. I mean, there's a lot of good teams in the game, right? So I don't know, it'll be hard, but we're always capable.
I'm sure you've got a real good chance, because looking around the first division, there's nobody playing outstandingly well. everybody's playing well, and some are winning some are losing some. So I think you're in with a really good shout.
Yeah, it's true. That was like to Wakefield there or mid-table, and I've seen them a couple of times, and they're easily beatable. So on their form with the rest of them, there's a lot of teams who we can beat.
I mean, there is an argument to say that the Eagles have been the most consistent team over the last 2 months.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've gone 10 games now unbeaten, so that shows.
It certainly does. Thanks for your time, Andrew.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Didn't we have a chapter? Right, wait a minute, mate.
Say again?
Wait now.
No, it's light, is that? You all right?
I'm alright.
Dallel, congratulations on your test performance.
Thanks very much.
Only Papua New Guinea, as I say, but it's still a terrific performance to nil 'em.
Yeah, I thought we played quite well in patches, but our forwards made a few mistakes, and we didn't put it as wide as I would have hoped. You know, I didn't get too many opportunities, but I enjoyed it nonetheless, and yeah, it was quite a good game for us.
Still staking a place though for the tour next summer.
I would hope so. Yeah, last time I toured just last year, I had a great time. It's a good experience, and I'd like to go through that experience again.
How did you find Papua New Guinea?
Oh, it's a difficult place to be. You know, it's really hot. The people are pretty strange, and it's totally different to any country I've been to before.
Certainly. Well, strange, perhaps different might be a better word.
Yeah, different. Yeah, it's very different. But you know, it was an experience, and the lads were great over there. We ended up losing the game as it was, but I enjoyed the experience, and I'm not saying I'd like to go there again, but another experience.
Yeah. So we're into the second round, Dallel, and who do you think we should play in the second round? Who are you looking forward to playing?
Well, I don't really mind. I think we're playing quite well. I thought York gave us a really good game today, and we perhaps didn't play to our potential, but I feel that if we play to our potential, then we'll give anybody in rugby league a good game.
Well, certainly. But what I found pleasing about today's game was you controlling the second half. You'd really control the game well.
Yeah, we knew that York were playing well, and we had to be on top of our game, so we tightened our defence up a little bit. We got our kicking game back to its potential, and we did it to the maximum, and Mark kicked well in the second half, and we kept them down in their half, and that's where the game had to be played.
Yeah. And really shut them out completely. I mean, really no threat whatsoever on your line in the second half.
No, I don't think they got into our 22 too often. So it was a good performance from the lads, especially the forwards in the second half. They really tackled tremendously all through the game, and we've got to thank them for today's win.
Yeah, tremendous. So we're really looking good at this stage of the season. I mean, we're into late November, 7 points clear of the third place in the second division. So, and going into the second round of the trophy, all we've got to do is keep us form.
Yeah, we've got to be pleased at this point of the season. We didn't start off too well, but since then we've added a few players. The 2 Kiwis have come and done really well, or 3 Kiwis have come and done really well. And our side's looking pretty competent at the moment when our forwards are going forward. And when we put the ball wide, we've got heaps of pace out there. So we've got to be happy at this stage of the season. And yeah, I think we could win the Regal Trophy if we play to our potential.
Yeah. Cheers, Dallel. I'm sure we will.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
No worries.
Cheers, man.
See you later.